This is my challenge today. Cucumbers. Lots and lots of cucumbers. And there's still more on the vine. I've made pickles. I've fermented. We've eaten them raw. I've made cucumber salad. And I still have a lot of cucumbers. So today I'm going to juice them. Vegetable juice and things like that for our refrigerator gives us something nutritious to drink. This is what's left of my dinosaur kale, which was covered by harlequin bugs. I sprayed it with Dawn soap mixed with water and a little bit of orange oil. And I believe it worked. These bugs are all dead. That's a win. This is my watermelon plants. And I think I see a watermelon right there. Definitely. Oh, there's another one over there under the pear tree. Most definitely getting bigger than the first one. And there's another one over here that is looking quite delicious right there. That one's getting big. It might be ready to pick before July 4th. That's my goal. Now let's check on the rows of chaos. Everybody's probably wondering what has grown. These are my 3 rows of chaos. How many plants can you identify? I'm pretty sure this is a squash. Most of these are okra. There's going to be a lot of okra. There's 3 rows of this stuff. This may be a watermelon. And I believe I saw some beans. Yes, I think this is a bean plant growing in that area. I'm not sure if this is something that was in the rows of chaos plantings or if this is just a weed. If you recognize this sucker, let me know so I'll know whether or not to pull it. Because there's another one right here. Oh, it's got a harlequin blood. I need to get out here with my spray again. And there's another one right here. But it's in this dense okra patch. And there's a snail. They seem to have snails a lot. That looks like a kale plant right there. I'm having fun just trying to identify all this stuff. When it starts producing beans and squash and okra, it'll be a lot easier then. But for right now, this stuff is above my knee. It's tall. And it is so thick. Let me know if you recognize anything. This was just a little bit of the chaos that was left over I put on the end of my pepper rows. So there's something vining there with great big leaves. Could be another squash. Could be cantaloupe. What about this one? Ah, I see kale right there. And some more kale up here. That's probably why there's harlequin bugs here again. They've probably moved to this because I didn't spray these. Wow. Would you look at all the peppers on these pepper plants? These are the hot banana peppers. And it's just loaded. I am picking these things all the time, I kid you not. These are red Peter peppers. I think I have one in the house right now that actually did go red. And I'm trying to convince somebody to try it. It's not gonna be me. I see a couple of green ones in here. They're not red yet. These are jalapenos. These three plants have not started producing jalapenos yet that I can see. I see a few in this one. They're down at the very bottom. You may not be able to see them in here. But this one is always producing large jalapenos. I can't tell you how many I've already gotten off of this vine, off of this plant. And on this row of the mild peppers, things like bell pepper. I've got a few in there. I'm not sure if you can see all of them. There are some bell peppers in there. And then we have the mild banana peppers, which are getting huge again. Need to pull all these from that little plant. This one is another bell pepper. Let's see the bell pepper in there. Pretty good sized peppers. These shishito peppers, I would tell you, if you ever wanted to plant these, only plant one. I think this one is a sweet pepper. It's absolutely loaded. Same thing with this one. It's another sweet pepper. I think they're like bell peppers. And then again, the chaos. Wow. Okay. This, I believe, might be an eggplant. But something has been munching on the leaves. I only had two. This one looks like it's been munched on too. I only had two of them even try to come up. And I've planted them about 3 or 4 times. They just kept dying. These are bean plants. Look at all the beans in here. And I've never planted beans before, so I have absolutely no idea what kind of beans. It just said bush bean. These are long, green. Are they green beans? If you recognize them, recognize the plant, please let me know. Are these ready to harvest? What do I do with them once I've harvested them? This one's actually turning yellow and spotted, so I don't think that one is even any good anymore. If you have a video online that can tell me what to do with these when they're ready to harvest, please recommend it. I will watch. That whole row is the bush bean. This row is the pole bean. I believe that's what it said. Look at these. They're turning brown. Are they past done? I mean, those are really brown. Am I supposed to wait till they get brown? If you know anything about this type of bean, very interested. If you have a video, please recommend it. I would love to watch. They start with little blooms like this. When the bloom falls off, you end up with a couple of sticks like this. And then the sticks turn into beans. And evidently the wasps and yellow jackets love them. But I have a row of these little suckers. No idea when to pick. When they're ready to harvest, what do you do with them after they're harvested? I have rows and rows of corn that are ready to harvest. And I'm so tickled for the corn, but this is going to be such a chore. These ears are absolutely huge. I mean, to me, they're ready to pick. I've got 2 and 3 ears of corn per stalk. And I've got 3 good rows of corn. So I can't wait to get this in the freezer. I love fresh corn. My cantaloupe plants are coming along. I do need to get out here and weed now that it's finally drying up a little bit from all the rain. The experiment that I was trying to perform went south because of all the rain. I couldn't come out and continue to treat each of the plants with the tea and the sugar water to see what happened. But we do have 4 cantaloupe plants. We'll get cantaloupe. My potatoes look like they're ready to harvest. The plants have died back. Obviously, there's not any blooms, so they're not producing any more tubers. The weeds have taken over some areas. But I will have to get some help to come out and harvest all these potatoes and get those in storage. I am not sure if my pear tree is going to make it. One of them, I know some of you enjoy seeing the trees. This little pear tree seems to have gotten way too much water from all the rain that we got this year. The leaves are kind of droopy. It's not dead. It is its first year here, so I'm gonna wait, see what happens. One of the branches looks like it may have died, but because it's black, I may have to trim that off. This second pear tree, I couldn't ask for more. There's nothing dead on it that I can tell. The leaves are nice and healthy looking. It seems to be doing fantastic. This was the first apple tree that I planted. It seems to be doing really well. It has more limbs, more leaves than the other apple does. Of course, we did lose one apple tree. I still want to get an Anna. I want a red apple. Both of the 2 that survived so far are yellow apples, so I still need to get my red apple. My strawberry plants, I've gotten the hoops up now. I'm making progress. I've just not gotten anything over top of it. I'm not sure if it's birds that are eating all my strawberries or if it is a raccoon. So I'm afraid to put a cloth over it, which would keep the birds out. I don't think it'd do anything for the raccoon. So I do have this chicken wire and another roll of it. I could use that. Here's one of the peach trees. Still looking fantastic. More strawberries. This second peach tree is a little bit more yellow, probably too much water. It's getting close to that time of the year now, though, here in Texas, that it's not going to get a lot of water anymore. The cucumber plants are all the way down this row. And they are producing more cucumbers than I can handle. I'm going to be juicing cucumbers today. My squash plants, patty pan, yellow squash, zucchini, which keeps coming up larger than life. There's one down there. There it is. Come up so fast. The spaghetti squash. The plant seems to be dying back. And I don't know if that's because of too much water or if there's a nutrient it's needing. I need to check into this because there's a lot of the spaghetti squash hanging on the vine. I mean, I've got several. They're not yellow yet. Got this big one. 3 good sized ones there. And this is another kind of squash. I thought this was spaghetti squash, but it may be a winter squash because we did have some of it one day as well. That's the one that tasted like sweet potatoes. It was so good. I'm hoping that it is, and I'm hoping that it does produce, but it may have gotten planted too early since it came up in my compost. Only other thing is my tomatoes. I just did a video on tomatoes and on transplanting some little ones that came up voluntarily. The little volunteers, all 4 of them are still doing fine. Look like they're gonna make it just fine. Some of my tomatoes need to be tied up again. I'm getting lots of little tomatoes. I don't want to spend too much time on tomatoes, but they are certainly delicious. And we have an abundance of them again. So happy. That's about it for this garden tour. Don't know of anything else that I've left out other than the herbs and flowers, but chickens, cows, normal stuff. So I hopefully you'll come and join me again next week here on Double In Farm. Have you let onions go to seed? How close is this to being ready to get seeds from? I need to look that up. If you have a video, again, I'm very interested in learning more. Another surprise plant. I do believe this is chard. It's pretty. It's another free tomato plant. And I think these are potatoes. They had to have grown from potato skins that I threw out here in my compost because I was just throwing everything in these raised beds with my herbs. I need to trim those back and get them under control again. Oh, she did go fall asleep in my hand.